The best way for revenge is to become successful. Yes. That is what I always tell everybody. That the best way for you to get your revenge on anybody who undermined you, who belittle you, who disrespect you, who made you feel small, is to become successful. I know somebody might say, how can I become successful when I'm not working, or I'm not doing anything, or I've been sacked from my job? That is your mission. When you are working and maybe some people backbite you, and along the line you got sacked from that office, the best way for you to prove to them that without them you can make it is to become successful. It's good to lie down, cry over it, because you have a broken heart, because you've been sacked, or somebody has belittled you. It's good to share some few tears over it, but please don't take too long. Stand on your feet, stand on your ground, and then work. Become successful. Let that person who belittled you, let that person who thought that he or she is God, that without him you can make it, without him you can't do anything, without him you are nothing. Let that person know that you have somebody who protects you, and that is God. So for you to sit down and do not know what to do, it's, my dear, for you to start looking for a job, for you to start doing something on your own, for you to start doing something that will put food on the table for you. Because if you are saying that, if you think that you don't have anybody to rely on, I'm telling you, there are a lot of people who are looking up to you. There are some people that you need to feed. So you've been sacked from working, so what? You have a broken heart, and so what? Somebody has disappointed you, and so what? The only thing that you can get your revenge on that person is to become successful. Don't let that person who has made you feel small, who has made you feel useless, don't let that person seize you and then think that, see, I told you that without me, this lady or this gentleman is not going to make it. Now see his life, see her life. Because if without me, he or she cannot make it. It's not like that. Let that person know that without him or her, you can make it. Without that job that you've been sacked, you can still make it. You can start your own business. You can start your small business. You can start with something that will be beneficial to you. Don't sit in the house. And don't sit in the house writing applications to office by office, or don't take telephone and call people and asking them if they can employ you. Or don't go outside with friends and enjoy, and then later you come and sit down and cry. No, you are making a big mistake. Please stand up. It's time for you to get up. Get up from where you are and take revenge on those people who will belittle you. Those people who thought that without them you can't make it. Take your revenge on them. And by doing so, you need to become successful. I don't know how, but I know that the Lord said, if you ask me, He is faithful and just to forgive you and then let you start over. So whatever that is the case, if you confess and you ask God, I think God will forgive you, and then you start again. And the Bible says that you should ask and it shall be given to you. You seek and you find, and you knock and it shall be opened for you. Have you knocked? Have you asked? Have you seek? And how many times are you doing it? Don't stop praying. Don't stop. Always rely on God and move on. Don't sit in your house and say that I'm relying on God, so I'm waiting for God's time. Please do something, and then you pray over it, and God will make you successful. I can't remember, there is this gentleman who was working as a manager. He was working, and along the line, his colleagues started by biting him and then saying all sorts of things. So it got to a point that this gentleman was sacked from the office. So he told himself and then said, no, for me to sit in this place or this village or this place and then be mocked by my colleague because I've been sacked, let me move on. He didn't know where he was going, but he said, no, I need to move on. So this guy moved to Accra and he started working. When he started, he was doing buying and selling. Looking back to where he was and doing a manager, and now he is doing buying and selling. It was disgracing, but he said, no, I need to push forward. I need to move on. I need to go. So whatever the case is, any job, I had to do it. So he started with this buying and selling. He was selling clothes and then putting some, giving some to the officers. He was sending some to the officers, going to office by office with his clothes, and then he started getting customers. He said, no, okay, now I'm getting money, so let me continue, let me further my education a little bit. So he went for 6 months course, and then he started working. With that 6 months course, he was able to pass his exams, and then he started working. When he was working along the line, the door opened for him. So this man from a gentleman became a CEO. Look at this. He became a CEO of his own company. And then a time came that he has to go back to his village. The place where he was working before, the place where he was being mocked by his own colleagues, he had to go there. And do you know what happened? When he went there, the people that were mocking him were still at the same level as he left there. Nothing has changed for them. They are still working at the same industry, the same company. They are still doing whatever they are doing. And for this gentleman who moved on, who realized that he has to work, he has to wake up and work. He do not have to sit on his disgrace, but he has to move on and prove to those people who mocked him once that they are not God. He was coming with his 4x4. Look at what God has done. This is the best revenge. I always tell my people that the best revenge for you to give to anybody who has ever looked down on you, whoever hurts you, whoever disrespects you, whoever disgraces you, is please work hard and become successful. Thank you. If you like this, you share and then you comment. I love you all. Thank you for watching.